Alright, so for a while I've been looking for a way to enter accented characters in Linux, and this is something that's honestly I don't use very often, but when I do it's a pain because I have to go into my web browser and type accented A and copy and paste or whatever, and I wanted a better way to do this, and it turns out there is one, and it's part of the X windowing system, so you can use it on any window manager you want that's built on top of X, and it's called XCompose. And the way it works is you can set up a key on your keyboard to be a compose key, and from there you can define keyboard or kind of macros after that. So for example, if I hit my compose key, which is right alt, I can hit say single quote A, and it'll enter an A with an accented A into whatever I'm using. So it'll also work in Firefox, although for some reason Firefox sometimes breaks when you do some specific things. I can't type in smiley face here, but here I can type in let me try that again. Yeah, I can type in a smiley face, but that doesn't matter. So the way you can set this compose key is by using set xkb map. So you can do set xkb map option compose or alt, or whatever modifier key you want to. I just use right alt because I literally never use it for anything. I just use my left keys for everything. So I can do alt, and now your right alt is set up as your compose key. And by default, you have a bunch of built-in, macros that you can use. So accented A is one of them. You can do fractions. So if you do 1, 2, actually I'll move to Firefox to make it kind of clearer. So you can do 1, 2, and that'll do 1/2. You can do 3/4. You can do a lot of different things. You can do a copyright symbol by doing OC, reserve by doing OR. There are a lot of different things you can do by default, and there's a file which you can open up, user share x11 locale, and then you go into your locale and compose, and these are all the default key bindings. Multi-key is your compose key. As you can see, this is the copyright symbol. All of these will work for copyright, as I just showed you. And you can find pretty much whatever you want in here. Currency symbols. I have no idea. These are Chinese characters, I guess. You can find all kind of diacritics on letters and stuff like that. So this is just by default. And the great thing is you can actually extend this and add your own shortcuts. So I'll show you my shortcut file. The default one is .xcompose, and this include line up here just includes all the default ones from my locale from that file I just showed you. So I obviously haven't done much with this, but you can see the ones I have done, they just enter Greek letters, which is pretty useful because as a math major I end up having to type Greek letters a lot, and just makes it a nice uniform thing so I can type Greek letters the same way across my whole system. So for example, if we go back here, I can hit you can see I hit G for Greek and then the corresponding Latin letters to enter Greek letters, and you can do lowercase and capital, whatever you want. Incidentally, I thought this was really cool, so I'll just show it off real quick. So with them, you can uppercase and lowercase letters. So if you go into visual mode and you hit uppercase U, it'll uppercase all the letters. And if you, I should have done here, I'll go down here and do it. Actually, also, it even works with Greek letters. So if we go down here and do U, go lowercase all the letters, and you can see they're exactly the same as they are up here. That just makes it substantially easier to lowercase and uppercase letters like that. Alright, back to XCompose. So, you can see over here I can hit G8 after my compose key and it'll enter an alpha. And of course that works with literally any other Greek letter, as you might imagine. So, I'll show you one application that I found for this already. I literally just started using this yesterday, so I don't know all that much about it. But I use LaTeX to do my math homework and to take notes and stuff like that. So if we go into a example LaTeX file, this is just like one of my templates. So what I did is when I enter any Greek letter, it will convert it to the LaTeX version of it. So for example, if I do alpha, instead of entering the character, it'll enter the LaTeX. Actually, it's probably tech, but whatever. The code, the LaTeX or tech code for the character, and you can do this with beta. With capital alpha, it actually just becomes an A because it doesn't have a capital alpha, it just uses a normal Latin A character. Now I can show you how I did this. If we go into my vimrc, and it's just, when it's a tech file, it just remaps all the Greek letters to their corresponding codes. And again, the reason I did this is to just make a uniform way across my whole system to enter whatever Greek character that I want to. So now instead of, before I would have to look at alpha, go to the Wikipedia page, find the text version. If I want lowercase or uppercase, I usually want lowercase, so I'll copy this and I'll paste it somewhere. Of course, when I used LaTeX, that was easier because I could just, type alpha. That's where I would use Greek letters the most. But if I wanted it outside of LaTeX, it was a pain. Now I can do it the same everywhere, and it's a lot nicer that way. So that's just one application I've come up with for XCompose. Of course, you can do the same thing for accented characters where you replace, G, single quote A. That was an accented word. Oh, okay. Compose single quote A, not G. And the LaTeX way to do this would be to do backslash that. And if we do syntax, they'll render the same thing. But in LaTeX, this is the correct way you're supposed to do it. So I'd rather replace my accented A with that than just have an accented A in there. So I could write another vim. I could add a line to my vimrc to do that, and I'm sure there are a lot of things I haven't come up with that you can do with this. But yeah, I just wanted to show off this pretty cool feature of X that you can use pretty much with whatever window manager that you want, and it can be very useful if you need characters that aren't built into your keyboard.